Well, hello again. Um, I'm back and I'm going to be doing a Nightmare Before Christmas reading. It is this Tim Burton. I bought these maybe like a year ago. I just thought they were super cute. And it is a tarot card deck. It like comes with a little instruction book. It tells you how to do the readings. Um, and I basically just kind of did like a rundown really quickly of how to do it because I haven't picked them up in a long time and I never really got fully into it. But it's so I'm just going to straight up read from the book. And there's like different types of spreads you can do. And I did the one that they have in the book that's called Eureka. It tells you to like kind of like get like a clear head. Like you can either like, just take a few deep breaths or like take a relaxing bath. Maybe I know some tarot card readers will like sage or clear their area. I'm not quite to that point yet. Um, and I'm kind of just like going for it. But this one's called Eureka. It's the most simple one. It's just three cards. You basically ask like into the universe, like, a question, like, and my question was kind of like, just like, what's the energy? What's going on? So I don't know. After I've taken the three, I'm not all the way sure if it's picking up on my own energy. It kind of feels that way um, after like reading it. And I was gonna try to like, you know, plan this, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and read from this book. So again, I just kind of was just wanting like an overall energy. I picked the three cards. Um, and something a little funny happened too, but we'll get to that in a second. The first one was going to be the Queen of Candles. I pulled it out. It was an upright position, meaning like it was facing this way, not this way. If it's this way, it's in reverse, which will have like basically the opposite effect of what the upright is. I think for the most part, and again, I'm not all the way sure, but I think you're gonna want your cards to be upright because when they're this way, it's gonna be the opposite. But I could be wrong. So let's see. I'm saying the Queen of Candles. Also, with these cards, like there's like major and minor arcanas, but they use like different lingo respectively. So like usually in a tarot card deck, in the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot card deck, the four suits are potions, candles, needles, and presents, which are representative of the traditional tarot cards suits of cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. So the fact that that's candles is actually wands. Again, don't really know the details to all of that just yet. Maybe one day, hopefully. But okay, so for the upright Queen of Candles, this cool little cat, it says the Queen of Candles represents a clever, confident person with a strong independent streak. With a strong independent streak. Used to being the center of attention, she's a popular, inspiring leader who brings out the best in everyone. Bringing optimism into any project will invigorate it with the energy it needs to be successful. I struggled through that. Okay. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, that's a pretty cool card to have. I feel like everybody wants to come into the room or bring good energy. You don't want to come into a room and everybody like, oh, that girl's here or this person's here, and I don't really know what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the second card, which was to me the weird moment in all of this. And it is the Three of Needles, but it was in reverse when I pulled it out. But when I started shuffling the cards, this was the card that I saw. I saw it. I was like, do I need to pull this out for some reason? Like, is there a reason why it's showing up to me? And I was like, maybe not. So I kind of just put it back into the deck. And it was the one I pulled out. So I'm just like, okay, yeah. But to me, I don't know how I was flipping it. So like, okay, so if you flip a card, you got your deck. If I'm flipping it like this, okay, right now it's an upright. But if I flip it like this, okay, it's still an upright. Okay, so never mind. But it's a little bit like iffy. It's like, okay, was it supposed to be an upright or was it supposed to be reversed? But we're gonna go with how I pulled it. It's the Three of Needles. Where did that one paper go? So needles is actually going to be swords. Okay, Three of Needles. Three of Needles. The next card is also a sword. Dun dun dun. Okay, so with it being reversed, this is the message it says. It says, Three of Needles reversed is symbolizes coming to terms with the past. It's time to pluck the needles out of your heart and let it heal. Nurse your wounds and go forward. This is why when I started reading it, I was like, it's definitely coming off as my own energy because I'm just gonna go ahead and get through like the next card and the rest of it and maybe like try to sum it up to why I feel like it's my own energy. But I'm also going to read the upright of this card just because it stuck out to me the most. So, and it can also give you an example of what the upright is compared to reversed. So, the upright of the Three of Needles is this card. This is a card of heartbreak, betrayal, and wounded feelings. If a situation is making you feel like needles are piercing your heart, take care of yourself, express yourself, and work through your feelings in healthy ways. This hurts now, but it won't hurt forever. So, I guess in a sense, upright isn't necessarily something great because it's saying that you're going through heartbreak, betrayal, wounded feelings, um, making you feel like needles are piercing your heart. Not a good feeling. And then reversed is symbolizing coming to terms with it and plucking the needles out. So you're still going through like the process of healing, but at least you're realizing the situation for what it is. Okay, the third one was the Queen of Needles, and it was in reverse. This is what it'd be looking like this way. Yeah. So it's in reverse. It was my third one. And it says, it in reversed, the Queen of Needles becomes sharp and cruel. She can be callous and cold-hearted and uses her considerable brain power to manipulate others, prone to volatility, prone to volatility. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Votality. The more I try to say it, the more I just don't do very well. Like volatile, I just can't say atai. An emotional outburst. She needs to regain composure and keep a level head to avoid major conflict. So sometimes I feel like we kind of hold in our emotions or things that are bothering us and we kind of just like let it go and let it go and let it go and just let it build and build and build and all of a sudden you blow up and you're just over it and everybody's just like like what? Like, why are you freaking out over this little situation and this little incident? Because you're just letting it boil over. Like, you're just taking it, taking it, taking it until you explode. And I feel like, there's better ways of handling situations, kind of like holding your composure. So, this reading for the Eureka spread, the first card represents the aspect of your current situation. The second card represents the nature of your next creative epiphany. And the third one gives you a peek into the future by showing you where your eureka moment will take you. So I don't know if that necessarily adds up, but I feel like in a way it does. Like the first card is like, okay, you want to be this great leader and you want to have this good energy and, you know, have, good things happening for you. And then the second card's like, okay, well, you're pulling these needles out of your heart. You're pulling these heartbreaks out of you and, you're going through pain regardless if you want to, be this positive energy and this person that everybody wants to be around. You're also going through that healing moment. And then the third one, which I can't really remember what it was, was like holding your composure. Like, regardless of what the situation is, just make sure that you're taking a step back to like realize like everything that's in front of you. If there is something, a problem or a situation that's happening, there are ways to handle it. Maybe not let everything pile up and pile up and pile up and get you to that point where you're just losing your composure and just getting so upset and making you feel like you aren't this at all. So that's all I really have for right now. Thank you guys for bearing with me, knowing that, like, I'm still learning how to do all of this. It's gonna be awesome one day, like, if I, don't even need to look at the book and I can just, like, do it. Um, but for the most part, I'm not sure, if this is anybody else's energies, but I'm pretty sure it felt like my own. So I appreciate you guys listening and, being there for me and coming along with me on this journey. I love you all very much and have a wonderful day.